Hey there peeps out in YouTube land, it's Asenva here for another official Junkie Spot review. What I have with me today is a 50cm Obitsu. Before I jump into the review, I thought I'd do a couple of comparisons of the Obitsu dolls compared to other resin dolls that are of similar height. So these three right here are different dolls, as you can see. This is an MSD sized doll, leaves doll. I believe it's a 42cm. She is our feature for today. She's our 50cm Obitsu. And then I have this girl over here, which is a 58cm Doll Zone doll. And as you can see, like, this range of doll, like, fits almost in between the two sizes, which is pretty cool because it almost looks like, in my point of view, like this is a slightly younger version of this between this. So it's a really interesting size to have if you're ever curious about these sized dolls. They fit within that kind of range. So if you're curious about what are some differences between a resin ball jointed doll versus our Obitsu friends over here, there are some differences and similarities. Now, I know that they are posted as off-topic dolls on DOA. I don't want to get into the politics of it, but they are different from resin ball jointed dolls because they are, one, not made out of resin. They are made out of 3 different combinations of materials all together to make the Obitsu dolls. PVC, ABS, and POM. Those are all different kinds of plastic materials and vinyl fun things. Because when you feel these dolls, or when you look at them, or whenever you do get to interact with them, you can feel that they have different things. This right here, the outer shell right here, is a soft, almost feels like a softer, like vinyl type deal. If you get into the actual gears and things like that and different joints that she has, they're harder plastic, so that's where your other components are put into place. And then if you dig deeper into the actual skeleton, there's different parts in there too. So like I said before, they are not strung with elastic, which is one of the main differences between these guys and these guys. These guys, your arms, you can pop them off, you can switch out parts. If something breaks in the body, you can replace it with another part. Versus our resin friends that they are strung solely by elastic. They have a rubber band of elastic funness strung for the arms and one strung for the rest of the body and the legs. And that's it. So I mean, this has a whole system to it to compose their bodies versus just the simple elastic that our resin friends have. Another difference between the two is that one of them has magnets in their feet, and I'll give you a hint, it's this one right here with the metal plate underneath her. That helps with stability, and whenever you want them to pose or whatever you want them to do, they can do it on that metal stand. It's really cool. So some similarities for you, just some basics. They do both use either acrylic or glass eyes. She actually has a system, which I'll show you in the review, in which you can go ahead and plug the eye in. They're essentially like eye sockets that are enclosed that you just would have to essentially heat up just a tad bit and then stick the eyeball in it. Which is real cool because then you don't have to worry about things like eye putty or anything like that, because that little pocket, eye pocket, keeps your eyeball in place. Another thing is they use wigs just like our other resin friends do. You can buy a 7/8 wig and it'll be just fine on her. And same thing with him, he uses a 7/8 wig as well because they're MSD sized. So that's another similarity for the two of them. You can do face-ups. Just like you do face-ups for your resin friends, you do face-ups for these guys. It's the same thing. You have to make sure that you have your coats of MSC put in place. Now removing face-ups off of these kinds of dolls versus these kinds of dolls is a bit trickier because you can't use something like Winsor & Newton to take off a face-up off of these kinds of dolls because that's a bit too harsh for the material that they're made out of. So you're going to have to use some type of alternate cleaner. I've talked about it in other videos before. I found a cleaner called Simple Green, which is a simple household cleaner that I've read bajillions of forums about and people using it, and I've tested it on some other Obitsu dolls before on the soft vinyl heads, and it works just fine and I didn't see any damage, nothing bad. So I'll address that in another video. But these guys, you would use Winsor & Newton to take off a face-up off of these dolls. But other than that, they both can get face-ups, and they both have cleaning processes and sealing processes to them as well. Now that we've gotten some of the basic info out of the way, let's go ahead and start the review.